My name is MoBo. Welcome to MoBo Speaks, so let's listen to today's story. The story begins in a small village in Russia where a family of 3 was sitting by the river and enjoying their free time. The youngest child among them, Sergei Alyaskov, was climbing a tree to show his mother and elder brother that, "Look, I climbed so high." But then a German fighter plane came towards them. Sergei's mother asked both brothers to hide in the bushes, but Sergei says that he is not afraid of them. He attacked the fighter jet with his Gilal, and the next moment the fighter jet was destroyed by the attack of Gilal, but when he looked around, he did not see his family anywhere. Sergei's sleep broke and he realized that it was a dream. He got up from bed and started calling his mother, then someone knocked on the door of the house. He thought it must be his mother, but a woman who was very scared came inside the house. She told Sergei that his mother and elder brother were killed. The innocent child could not believe this and said that he will wait for his mother at home. She told him that the German soldiers have attacked us and before he can see her, he will have to run away. Then some soldiers started moving towards his house. She picked up Sergei and threw him out of the window, but before he could go, he was shot. In one shot, Sergei's family, friends, and house were snatched from that 6-year-old child. When he was running away from his house, he saw his village burning behind him. He cried and called his mother, but how did he come? After running for a while, he reached the middle of the forest. He again called his mother to come and take him home. He was lost. That night he stayed in the forest. The next morning, while drinking water from the river, he saw that some enemy soldiers were coming towards him. Sergei knew that they were dangerous and ran and hid behind some trees. He started shivering when a snake came there. But he did not scream, did not run, and stood there in a daze. Because he was more afraid of those German soldiers than snakes who destroyed his whole world in one blow. Those soldiers sat by the river for a while, ate food, and then left. As soon as he left, Sergei ran to that place and started looking for food. By the end of the day, that 6-year-old child was very tired. He had not eaten properly even once in the last 2 days. He was just walking without any destination. He stumbled and fell, but still he did not stop walking. He saw some wild fruits on the way. He was about to eat them when a powerful explosion happened behind him. That naive child got more scared. He started thinking strange things out of fear. He had a suspicion that someone was following him. However, he stood in such a state and told the person following him, "I have a gun, I am not afraid of anyone." After a while, Sergei fainted due to fatigue and weakness. In that state, 2 soldiers came to him. In the story, we see a Russian army camp where Commander Kuznetsov was waiting for his soldiers to return. The soldiers arrived there with that injured little boy. When the soldiers told him that they were fighting for Russia, he started opening up to them and told them his name. When he extended his small hand to shake hands with the commander, all the soldiers started laughing. But the commander also shook his hand and introduced himself. The soldiers started feeling close to that boy. They sat next to him and gave him food and drinks. Even their usually strict commander started taking care of him. When a nurse named Katya was applying medicine on Sergei's wounds, she asked the nurse to make a tank on his wounds, because he wants to grow up and become a soldier. The injured soldier lying in the infirmary also felt light after talking to him. Sergei liked the commander's gun and his batch a lot. The commander also answered all his small and big questions. Sometimes, he would take out bullets in his spare time and let him play with his gun. Sergei showed him a tank made on his stomach and started introducing himself as a soldier. He was getting better quickly. The nurse asked the commander to let Sergei stay with the platoon. But the commander refused, saying that it is not safe for him to stay here. He decided to send Sergei to an orphanage. The soldiers there liked to spend their leisure time with Sergei. Many people would come to meet him during the day. They would give him food and drinks from their homes. And he loved to play with the binoculars. One day, a soldier asked the commander to keep Sergei with the platoon. Everyone liked him a lot. After spending some time with him, they would get 2 moments of peace in this war. However, the commander was adamant that Sergei would have to be sent to an orphanage to protect him. The next day, the enemies attacked him. Many soldiers were injured in this clash. On the other side, a car was waiting to take Sergei to the orphanage. The commander explained to him about this with love. And he held a wooden gun in his hand as a souvenir. Sergei hugged him tightly. And he said that he would be worried about the safety of all those soldiers. The commander was very happy to hug Sergei. And he decided to keep Sergei with the platoon. That night, the soldiers made a small uniform for him. Sergei was very happy to see his uniform. And he started running happily wearing it. He looked like a real soldier. Everyone called him Soldier Boy with love. When he was running around, the Germans suddenly attacked his platoon. The soldiers quickly sent Sergei to a safe place and went to fight. The number of injured soldiers was increasing day by day. In this difficult time, Sergei also wanted to help them. So he started giving water to the thirsty soldiers. One of them came to his house and asked him to read a letter to him. Because he had a bandage on his eyes. Sergei wanted to read the letter, but he didn't know how to read it. But he took the letter and started talking to himself. He said that the soldiers' cows are absolutely fine at home. The soldier said that he doesn't have cows. But everyone else said with a smile that no problem, let him read. In the same way, he would read his letters to everyone in his unique way. Everyone laughed a lot when they heard it. We know that Katya and the commander liked each other. But they couldn't say this until today. Later, Sergei tells the commander that he has also become an important part of the platoon. Then a destroyed military station came in front of him. The commander took off his cap and taught him to show respect for the martyred soldiers. The next day he told the commander to give him a mission. He was assigned the task of delivering his letter to the soldiers. He did this with full honesty and dedication. But sometimes he would even ask someone to dance instead of writing a letter. The next day Sergei took his camera and went a little far from the base. When he was playing with him, he saw someone's leg moving in a pile of dry grass. He quickly ran to the platoon and told the soldiers about his search. Although he didn't believe the kid's story. But still he went there to investigate with him. He found 2 German spies hidden in the pile of dry grass, which he arrested and took with him. Everyone praised Sergei's intelligence and intelligence. That night the commander showed him the papers to adopt Sergei. Now Sergei had become his son legally. Sergei knew that his father liked Katya. So he took the commander to talk to Katya while showing his right. But they both saw him talking to another man. And assumed that maybe she liked someone else. While it wasn't like that. Once again German soldiers attacked his base. This time Sergei joined forces with all his strength to help the soldiers. And started shooting them with bullets. But a soldier ordered him to go back. Because that place was not safe. When he came back, he saw that the commander and the rest were very scared. Because his connection with the colonel was broken. A soldier was sent to join the broken wires. Sergei also quietly followed him. He saw that the soldier was seriously injured by the bullet. He asks the dying soldier how to join the wires. Sergei joined the wires in the way it was told. And the connection came back. And the commander asked the colonel to send help. Everyone was saved because of that 6-year-old boy. The next day the commander expressed his love for Katya. And asked her to be Sergei's mother. She was very happy inside but very shy. But before she said anything, a soldier came to her and gave the commander a letter. In which they were ordered to reach another place as soon as possible. All the soldiers left for their new base with Sergei. But while leaving, some of their vehicles were destroyed by the enemy mines. The commander also got injured. And a soldier who was very close to Sergei was killed in the explosion. Sergei cried a lot after hugging the commander. She takes all the injured soldiers and goes back to her new station. When she reached there, she met the general of the army. The general was also very impressed by the bravery of that boy. The next day his battalion was honored with the Guards banner. And Sergei too. When the general gave him the badge, he said that he will protect his country with his life. One night a strong attack was made on their base. In an explosion, the commander was completely stuck under the wooden beams. Sergei was trying his best to save his father crying. He called out to the other soldiers who saved the commander's life. The next day Sergei went to the injured commander. His small hands were also injured in trying to save his father. That boy had now become an integral part of this battalion. He had no family except them. Wherever he went, he would go with them. In the last scene, we see that he is talking to his father as moving forward with the rest of the soldiers in full spirit. It is said that while fighting the war, he went to Poland with his fellow soldiers. Till today, he is called the smallest soldier in the world. If you have watched the video till the end, then do like and comment so that YouTube knows that our video is actually good. Please support the channel so that we can bring such interesting videos for you.